Okay, folks, right. Now, I may be a little bit out of practice here, as I haven't done anything in a while, so I'm just going to lay down a little drawing. Sway is, just a little tree along here. Now I want to have a high horizon, just up about here-ish. Okay, so now a little tree for me, here we go, along here. Little hedgerow at the back, bring it down just a touch along here. A couple of little further distance trees, and let me see if that's level. It's not quite. So let's do it. Let's make it level. And then let me see. Right, now we just want a bit of water here in the front, which is kind of my MO to some degree. I like the water at the front. I like having water. I think water signifies for me a little bit of life, you know. And not even a little bit, a lot of it sometimes. Right, so now here we go. Okay, now just going to begin straight in. I want this is going to be a warmish, sunset-ish type painting. So oxide red with some phthalo green, nice dark, but I want it warm. A nice dark start here. Alright, so yes, creating the bits and pieces that I'm after. A little bit of black and a little bit of ultramarine blue, just to cool parts of it down a bit. Alright, along here. And just playing at the minute, a little bit of phthalo there. I want a bit of a greenish tint along here. Alright. As I say, I haven't painted in a while. So I haven't just didn't want to. One of those mood things, you know, that you go through from time to time. So let me see. Now, I'm going to be laying this down. And I'm going to be taking it off. In order to create texture, I'm going to be taking it off with the little bit of kitchen towel. To help with the texture of it all. So now a nice little broadish tree here. Alright, okay. So let's get some kitchen roll. Destroy these edges a touch somewhat along here and just creating a textured finish along here. Early days, just let it tack up a bit. Alright. Let me see. Right, so give myself I want a bit of a greenish tealy sky look to it. So he does. Now, not that green, but definitely a green tint to it for sure. Now I'll put a little bit of what's on canvas there, just to help knock it back a touch. So let me see, I want a bit more blue in it. Let me see, that's not so bad. Nice enough. Now, let's add a little bit of my mixture to it here. Now, what that is 40% calcite And 30% stand oil. No, it's 40. Hold on a second. It's stand oil and Galcade at a ratio of 4:1. There we go. Now it's a bit brighter. I want it a bit brighter than what I have here, so let's just brighten it up on the canvas. There we go. Keeping it alive, folks, you know. If you know what I mean by that. Oh, a little bit of a hair. All right, okay. And I'm just going to wipe off a little bit off this brush and bring in a nice orangey yellow here. There we go. That's more like it. A little bit of green in it, and a little bit of this and a little bit of that, just adding to the overall look of it, you know. A little bit more bright along the top there. As I say, I'm out of practice, so I'm just going to be talking nonsense until I get myself back into the way of things. I'm just going to talk and talk and talk, and hopefully you will eventually understand what I'm saying. I want almost a definite line across here. Not quite, but almost a definite line, just along the top here. And a little bit of red to that, a little bit of the oxide red too, just to make the bottom a little bit pink along here. Very nice. Now as I'm coming up, I only add a little bit more white to it, and that should help with the gradation of it. And there we go, a little bit in here too. Very nice indeed. Now, I want to have another wee look at this part of it here. Just up here, just smooth this in a touch. That's nice. Okay, now while I'm here, I might as well add in the water here. While I have it, folks, it's just sitting here rather than throw it out, as it were. Right, now where's my bird is? Now nice greyish blue here. Bit of a darkness to it at the base. Help it come up a little bit. Bring the gradient up a touch. Let me see, that's not bad. Add a little bit of this to loosen the viscosity a touch. Okay. All right, now as I'm coming up a little bit brighter. Just a little bit, and just as I'm heading up towards the top here. It'll be a nice wee quick one, folks, nice wee quick rough one. The idea is to show you that you can just, anytime you're feeling bored or feeling that you couldn't be bothered, you can get up and do a wee 10-minute, 20-minute painting, you know, and then let it dry and come back the next day and fix it up. You know, there's not. It's what I try to do sometimes. Not always possible. I try to do it sometimes. There now we have ourselves a little bit of a landscape to begin. Okay, so let's create some darker areas here. A little bit of black, but mostly oxide red and phthalo green. Okay. Now, let me just place this in. I don't want to be doing strokes like so. I want a lot of texture. So I'm just going to dance the brush around. I'm not going towards the edges because the light shines through the edges. The light shines through the edges. I want the edges all nice and light, and that I can come along whenever the time is right and create my own light in the tree, you know. And look at this. This is a wonderful little accident here. Well, not an accident. I kind of knew it was going to happen, but I'm using the paint that's down on the sky, and it is giving it a nice cold bluish texture off in the distance, or a nice bluish look to it. It looks as if it's further away. It's nice. It is. Now, so nice reddish tone here. A bit of yellow in it. Just to brighten it up a touch. A little bit of the mixture here, and then just. No, that's not good enough. Not bright enough. Okay, let's see here. It's a bit better. That's a bit better. It's just. Oh yeah, that's a bit better already. Look at that, the way that dances there, folks. You got to keep that texture. You got to keep all that abstraction as best as you can. Try and let it inform what you're doing. Dancing it around, at least for now anyway, folks. At least for now. Yeah, let this dry and then I'll be able to come along and add more things to it. Not that, but you know what I mean. I'm sure you know what I mean. Right, so let me see here. Again, just dancing this brush around. If you're ever looking at nature, you can see yourself that when you're out and about, unless it's a completely manicured field, you can see that there's no uniformity in it. So dancing this brush around helps keep that, what would be the word? Helps keep that abstraction. I'm not sure I want to use that word, but it helps, keeps the texture, you know. Yeah, it helps keep the texture a bit. Just. There we go. Nice now. Alrighty here. Now, same here, folks. There's a definite bond between here and the water. You have the reflections here, and then the actual grasses here. So there's a bit of a bond here that I want to maintain, but I might be a bit early in trying to do it at the minute. I'll probably paint it in. Now this is a bit uniformed because it's grass, so yeah, completely contradict what I said earlier. And all I mean to that is it goes in the one direction. So I'm going to use a soft little fan brush just to help sell the idea that it's all in the one direction, you know. There we go. Very nice, very nice, very, very nice, very, very nice. Lovely, lovely jubbly. Little bit of black, little bit of blue. That would be the ultramarine blue. So, dancing this around again. Very nice, okay. Now, same again. Just getting the fan brush. All right now. Now, let me just try and keep my eye on what I'm doing, folks. A little bit of a reflection of this tree just along here. Just cutting that in. And then, let's bring in this. Oops, too much on the brush. Okay, so let me see. All right, now, same again, down at the base here. A little bit warmer this time, just over here. Oh, it's coming off rightly. Now look, now I've already got the entire canvas completely covered here. So, what I could do is walk away and leave it until it dries. Now because of the medium that I'm using here, it wouldn't take too long. I'll be done by tomorrow, I would think. But I think what I'll do is I'll just continue to add a little bit more just while I'm here. So I'm going to use another fan brush. Just along here. I want to brighten this bit up a bit here. Alright, just along here. Lovely jubbly. Alright, okay. Now. There we go. Right. Right, so I forgot about a little thing here. Let's just forgot about the reflection of these grasses here. So I'm just going to wipe this out. You see how easy that is. You make a mistake, you come in and you fix it that way. You just wipe it off. And it was the reflection of these grasses that I've forgotten about. And now I put them in. There you go. Lovely. Okay. So. There we go. Nine. Let me see. Now I'm just messing around here, just till I get where I want it to be before I leave it to dry. Okay. So let me see. I think I'm very close to it. Very close to just leaving it until I'm letting it dry, folks. Lovely. Okay, now I just want to soften that water a touch. I was using a fan brush there, but I changed it up because there was a lot of dark on it, so I'm changing it up here. Lovely jubbly. There we go. Right, okay, that'll do, folks. And then I'll come back and I'll finish it off. So I will. It shouldn't take too long. Once it's dried, I don't know how long I've been doing this for now, maybe 10-15 minutes. But as soon as it's dried, just add a little bit of detail and then that'll do it. Anyway, I'll see you all soon enough. As for now, bye for now. Okay, folks, now back to this one. So, a little bit of toning to go on here. And I don't know if you can see it, these little dots along here. What happened there was it was taking its time to dry, and I kept touching it. So that's all my fingerprints. But anyway, let's get back to this one. And I'm going to darken down some of the darker areas here. A little bit of heat in it, a little bit of black. I am a little bit of ultramarine blue, a little bit of just a little bit of everything that I've already used for the landscape. Now this is a few days old, so it is. So I'm going to get myself a little bit of kitchen roll. And just get a little bit of my mixture going on here, and just lay this down in a very haphazard way, as it were, not being afraid to put on and lift off, put on and lift off, you know, just to create the textures of things. I don't really want to go too close to the edge. And I've taken a good bit off the brush now. Okay. Very good. And let's get along these areas here. Again, along the same idea. Now this is grass, so it has a bit of a uniformity, as in coming down like so. Very good. Okay, so now we just along here, creating the same idea over here. Nice and rough, folks, nice and rough, keeping it, keeping some life in it, as it were. Now, let me just see what I've got here. As far as me brushes are concerned, right. Just in and around the edges here. Now, a little bit warmer than what I have. A little bit of oxide red. And then I'm just going to create some edges along here. Very good, very, very good. All right. Yes, well, that's worked out well. Now, along here, where the sun is hitting just before, and I'll take it right across because there's light on here too, and there's light coming, so it will create a little bit of a light mixture in here. A light mixture, you know what I mean. I'm sure you know what I mean. Right, so let me see how bright that is. It's not too bad, you know. Tiniest bit brighter. Just the tiniest bit. Now, taking a good bit off the brush, and I'm just going to lay this down to give me that texture. Look at that. Aye, that's all right now. trying to maintain a bit of texture in it. All right, now we're talking. So what I want to do here now, pretty much the same, only I'm going to put it on and lift it off, put it on and lift it off, and it's going to be a thinner mixture. The viscosity has dropped a bit. I think I'll put a little bit of phthalo in it as well, just to saturate that green a little bit. So let me see. Okay, now using some Windows notifications. Now let me see here. I'm just going to experiment a little bit here. Very good. Okay, now I hope you can see where I'm going here. Now I'm going to bring it a little bit darker. Just down the side here. Too much red. There we go, it's a bit better. So let me see. A bit brighter. A bit cooler. A little bit of phthalo in, or a little bit of a cerulean blue in it. Thin it out a touch. Let's come down here. Look at that. Very good. Just scrape that down in order to maintain some texture. Sometimes I feel like I'm a bit of a broken record, but these things are the important parts of it. It helps maintain the way a landscape is meant to look. It helps maintain the idea that it has a touch of realism to it. See? Because out in the nature, out in nature, there's very little uniformity. You will find it sometimes in grass where it all grows in the same direction, but if you look closer, you'll see that there's more to it. There's a lot of texture in it. Just because it looks like that from a distance doesn't mean it looks like that relatively up close. Very good. That's enough of my talking, eh? Enough nonsense. Now, some oxide red, a little bit of what's down, a little bit of the black. Here, just to darken it so I can put this area in. Tiniest bit of my mixture there, just to give me some viscosity. Very good. Or to lessen the viscosity, I'll say. Very nice, very, very nice. Bum, 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 bum. Now here, just bringing this through a little bit, making it a little bit more noticeable. All right, I'm going to bring this one over too on the other side. So, let me see, just here. Just closing this off a little bit. Look at that. All right. Dancing that around. Now my idea of this one is to create a nice, fast, little, a nice fast landscape here. There we go. So you can come home from work one day and have a wheel and go, I fancy doing this, and then realize and notice that you can actually do it within 40 minutes to an hour. You know? That's my goal with this one today. Just to show you that you can do it in a short period of time. Now, let me see. So let's have a wee look at this sky. Tiniest bit of a red on it this time. I'm going to be putting this in the tree here, and I don't want it too bright, so I doesn't. So I'm just going to knock it back a little bit of raw umber in it. I'm going to take a good bit off the brush, take it mostly off the brush, a little bit of my mixture, take a good bit off the brush again. Now, I just want to lay in just the idea of light coming through here. Look at that, that's okay now. I don't want to mess around with it too much. Just the idea that light is popping through. Okay, not so bad now. A little bit up here too. Now I've really splayed out the hairs of this, or the bristles of this brush, just to create a more random shape. Now, aha, very good. Just knocking it back a touch. That gives a little bit of the sense of light coming through. Now, I'm going to be using some wool here. Oops, excuse me. And what all this is a bunch of wool made up, and I'm going to be using it to add in some of the grasses here. And you'll see, oh look, there it is there, just wool. And then I scrunch it up and then cover it in paint. It is a way to do it. One of the many ways a person can do it. But this will add randomness and all of that. Now, I will say that it can be hard to pick up sometimes, so you need a pretty loose viscosity. And you need to be relatively correct with your tones here. And so I'm just, yeah, that's not so bad. Right, so let's see. See how this goes. No, nope, it hasn't really gone very well at all. I want a thinner, okay, a bit of a rope-like, there we go. Now I want this is just thread. Okay, and just the thread consistency. Or a oh, now that's better. Now that is better. Oh, lamp. Now it really lends the idea of grasses here. Now what I'll do, that's actually pretty convincing, I must say. And I will gently, and the most gentlest way, I will soften this in a momento. Now, coming up over to the edges here, just want to bring it up. Look at that, isn't that wonderful? Okay, now, as I say, the most gentle of softenings here. Barely touching this canvas. Just want that to be worked in a little bit. There we go. Now we have ourselves, and a very quick way of doing it, some grasses there. Now, same again, only this time a different color and different tone. Down at the base here into the water. Bum-ba-da-bum. So red and ultramarine blue, little touch of lamp black, oxide red, and nice and thin viscosity. That's nice, that's good. Okay, so let me just check this. Yep, that's good. Now see him again. Excuse me for a second while I cough. Okay, now see him again. Just at the base here, at the reflections. Letting that play its part. Look at that, the way that becomes so very, very random. Or at least it looks random. Probably isn't, as it's coming off the thread. But it looks random. Oops, it is. Oops, it is. Oh. Alright, I'll be back in a sec. Okay, right, that was a bit of a kerfuffle. Anyway, back to it. I'm going to create a little bit more mixture here. I just create my own little blades of grass too. Nothing wrong with that. As you've seen me do in plenty of other videos, you know. Right. So let me see. Now I think this here needs darkened a touch. So I'm just going to lay it down. Alright, okay. Now we're almost there, folks. And this is the point that'll be up to you to decide when to stop. If you want to keep on going and creating more and more texture, more and more details, that's up to you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to brighten this area along here a little bit. Just along here, let me see. And don't want to be too bright. But certainly a bit brighter than what I have it. Alright, look at that now. That's creating a nice lot of texture across here. Look at that. Oh, that gives the real sense of light there. Now, let's come down a little bit here. Just a little bit more here. I want us to be a bit darker and a bit further down. Okay. So let's see now if I can lay in a little bit of the details here. Look at that. Quick and easy, folks. Try, at least this is the idea of this, is to try and create a bit of a quick and easy one for you today. And you know, those moments when you come in from work or wherever you've been and you just want to relax a little bit and you think to yourself, oh, I could start a painting, but sometimes they take 3 and 4 hours and I couldn't be bothered. Well, here's one of those ones that only takes an hour or so. Nice little painting. You get a few quid for it, you know. That type of thing. Now let me see. Okay, I think that will do for the time being. Yeah. Let me see. Just put in a little bit of a thing here, just while I'm here, folks. Put in a little bit of a grass thing here. Just there, and then another wee one here, and just sell the idea, folks, is what you're trying to do. Of a nice little landscape. All right. Well, that'll do, folks. I'll see you all in the next one. Now, if you could like and subscribe, and as a small painting, quickly done, just to show you that you don't have to spend hours on them at times. Anyway, that'll do for now. I'll see you all. If you could, let me see if did I mention this. If you could, please like and subscribe, and all of that stuff. And all the best. I'll see you all soon enough. Bye for now.